Now we will see PDC examples. Of course, whatever we do, it is just a conversion of alcohol to ketone or aldehyde. The PCC and PDC, they will stop at aldehyde stage itself. Okay. Right. When we do acetone production of alcohols in glucose, dry acetone, anhydrous copper sulfide, and 3 days when we do, glucose will be the alcohols in glucose will be protected as like this. So these two alcohols will be protected as acetal with acetone. This alcohol will not be protected, and these two alcohols, they will be again protected as
నీకు తెల్లే నువ్వు పోయేది మాకు తెల్లే ఏం చేస్తాము.
right. So when we protect glucose alcohols with dry acetone and anhydrous copper sulfate conditions, it will be converted as this. Okay. This is what is called glucose diacetonide. This is glucose diacetonide. You just write the product. So alcohol will be converted to ketone. Since it is a secondary alcohol, this will be converted to ketone, right? You write the product. So in this case, you can take this 1,2-diol protection. Here also these 1,2-diols will be protected as acetonide. These two alcohols, 1,2 alcohols will be protected as acetonide. This one will be as OH itself. So this alcohol now we are oxidizing with PDC to carbonyl. So that is what is called glucose diacetonide ketone. Because the product is ketone, we will call it as ketone of glucose diacetonide, ketone of glucose diacetonide, or glucose diacetonide ketone. Whatever it is, it is okay. When we oxidize benzylic alcohol with PDC, what is the product? When we oxidize benzylic alcohols with PDC, what is the product? Allylic alcohols, what is the product? Benzylic alcohol, allylic alcohol, and it is called propargyl alcohol. It is called propargyl alcohol. What is the product? It is propargyl alcohol. An alcohol next to triple bond, it is called propargyl alcohol. Yeah, PDC and PCC oxidations. If it is a primary alcohol, that will be converted to aldehyde. If it is a secondary alcohol, that will be converted to ketone. Okay. So benzyl alcohol now will be oxidized to benzaldehyde. This allyl alcohol will be oxidized to aldehyde. So that is what is called crotonaldehyde. This propargyl alcohol, since it is a secondary alcohol, it will be converted to ketone. It will be converted to ketone. These two alcohols are protected as acetonide. When we oxidize this, PDC, yeah, here it is used as Collins reagent. Collins reagent. Collins reagent, of course, it is a very strong acid, but strong oxidizing agent, but still this TBDMS group or simply TBS. This is tertiary butyl dimethyl silyl. It is used as a protecting group for alcohols. This is not deprotected. This is not deprotected. At the same time, only this primary alcohol, now it is converted to aldehyde. Primary alcohol is converted to aldehyde. Okay, under Collins conditions also. Under Collins conditions also, it is convert. TBS is protected, so it is not affected. Primary alcohol is converted to aldehyde. Next, we will see ketone transposition. Generally, it is called as Babler oxidation. Ketone transposition, it is called as Babler oxidation. What is Babler oxidation? So this is below the plane. When we have alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl, this, when it is treated with some alkyl lithium or Grignard reagents, carbonyl will undergo 1,2 addition. This is acetylene Grignard. So it generates a tertiary alcohol. Then that tertiary alcohol, if it is oxidized with PCC, that tertiary alcohol, as I said earlier, tertiary alcohol will undergo migration. Sorry, allylic tertiary alcohol will undergo migration. So double bond will be rearranged. Alcohol will be rearranged, and that alcohol will undergo oxidation to ketone. So here the product is, it will undergo 1,2 addition. We need to write this. It will undergo 1,2 addition. So when it undergoes 1,2 addition, yeah, it will attack here. So this is the triple bond, acetylene Grignard. It will attack here. Initially an alcohol will be there, but this alcohol, the double bond migrates now and it generates an alcohol here. Okay, the double bond generates, the double bond migrates and an alcohol will be generated here, and this alcohol now will undergo oxidation. This alcohol will undergo oxidation to give ketone. Okay, so this is what is called Babler oxidation. So what we need to do, we will generate a allylic tertiary alcohol first, then it will be oxidized with PCC. So double bond migration takes place and ketone will be migrated. So this is what is called ketone transposition or Babler oxidation. It is called ketone transposition or Babler oxidation. I'll give the mechanism, and this is called carvone. Carvone. So when carvone is treated with acetylene Grignard, acetylene grignard, it will undergo 1,2 addition with alpha beta unsaturated carbonyls. Acetylene grignard will undergo 1,2 addition with carbonyls, with alpha beta unsaturated carbonyls. So it will generate an alcohol and a triple bond. Under PCC conditions, of course, tertiary alcohol will not be oxidized, but as I said earlier, if there is a double bond, allylic tertiary alcohol, then protonation, deprotonation takes place. So what we can say, migrate this double bond, then remove water, so minus H2O, so that generates a double bond migrated and triple bond. Now it is a carbocation. So this carbocation, water will attack here, after deprotonation. What we will get? We will get an alcohol, right? We will get an alcohol. So that alcohol will undergo oxidation. That alcohol will undergo oxidation to give the ketone in a new place. So overall it is what is called ketone transposition. Overall it is called as ketone transposition. Right. Make it fast. Right, I'm changing this. If you haven't completed, please take a snapshot. I'm changing this page. Right. So what is Babler oxidation? When we have alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl, an alkyl lithium reagent or Grignard reagent which will undergo 1,2 addition will be added to carbonyl. So we will generate a tertiary alcohol. This tertiary alcohol, when it is treated with PCC, now it will undergo double bond migration and alcohol migration. So this alcohol will be oxidized to ketone, because the ketone which is initially here is now transported to here. It is called ketone transposition, okay, or Babler oxidation. I'll give some more examples on this. How do we predict the products when we want to write the Babler oxidation? It is very simple. I'll show you how to write the products. So when we are writing the products, methyl lithium, so it is alkyl lithium and then PCC. How to predict the product? So very simple, just write the basic skeleton, whatever it is there. Yes, we are not changing this. Then what is happening? This alkyl lithium reagent will undergo 1,2 addition to carbonyl. So this methyl, you place it here. Double bond will now migrate towards the tertiary alcohol. So double bond, migrate the double bond that side, add the reagent here, then this position will be ketone. Okay, migrate the double bond, place the alkyl lithium reagent or Grignard reagent here, then ketone will be here. So this is how we can easily predict the products in Babler oxidation. So we don't need to write them stepwise manner. You can write the product because I have already given the addition. So addition is there. You just write ketone transposition. Even when we add a double bond will be there. There will be no competition between inside the double bond or outside the double bond. Okay, a double bond in the ring will be easily migrated. A double bond outside the ring will not that easily migrates. Okay, so there will be no competition between the incoming double bond and the double bond already there. If a double bond is not there, we can take some allyl Grignard or allyl lithium, so that we will have our tertiary allylic alcohol. Okay, so what is the product? Allyl OH. So it becomes allylic tertiary alcohol. So what we need for a Babler oxidation? We need a tertiary allylic alcohol. In the previous cases, the double bond is already there in the ring, so generally it will give ketone. But here the double bond is terminal. It is an internal double bond, so we will get ketone. Because it is a terminal double bond, So when this double bond migrates, here what we get, it is a primary alcohol. So the primary alcohol under PDC conditions will be oxidized to aldehydes. Okay, so if there is no double bond, if it is simple ketone, then add vinyl grignard or vinyl lithium reagent, then we will get allyl tertiary alcohol. Then when we oxidize this tertiary allylic alcohol, because it is a terminal double bond, what we get is an aldehyde. What we get is an aldehyde. In this case, it is not ketone. Write the product and upload in the group. First, you practice whatever the problems I am giving, you practice them. Okay, these are important for developing the basic subject. So once you have the basic subject, then you can practice previous problems or advanced problems. Okay, so first we will learn basic subject. So for that, whatever the problems I am giving, please try to answer them. Next, write this sentence. PCC, PDC, and chromium trioxide in pyridine. When we use these oxidizing agents for oxidation, these oxidizes allylic and benzylic methylene carbons of electron-rich systems to the carbonyl group. Or in simple, these will oxidize cyclic hemiacetols into lactones. These will oxidize cyclic hemiacetols into lactones. Okay, I'll give one example. Sorry, these are not hemiacetols, I think. Okay, so these ethers, cyclic ethers, and there is a double bond. Okay, it is an allyl ether. It is an allyl ether. When we oxidize this with any of these reagents, PCC, PDC, or chromium trioxide and pyridine, this carbon, so the allylic carbon will be oxidized to carbonyl. So what we get is lactone. Okay, so when we have allylic cyclic allylic ethers, then allylic carbon can be easily oxidized to carbonyl so that we will get lactones. I'll give some more examples. You practice them. Okay. We can easily predict where we will get a carbonyl. Since it is a very we need very strong oxidizing conditions, so we will be using many equivalents of the reagent. We need a greater amount of the reagent. Okay, PDC. So this carbon, it is benzylic, right? So this is benzylic ether, cyclic ether. So this position will be converted to a ketone, a lactone. In this case, the other side, the allylic systems are already tertiary systems, so these carbons will not undergo oxidation. This carbon, it is secondary system, so this will undergo oxidation. So here what we get, we just get a ketone. It is not an either system, but still this will undergo oxidation, so we will get a ketone. Okay, it is not a lactone. In this case, we will get a simple ketone. So when we do oxidize this fellow with PDC 60 equivalents, then again the benzylic system will be oxidized to ketone because there is no ether. Here we will get ketone. What are benzylic positions? This is benzylic position, this is benzylic position. Because it is already a quaternary center, so that may not undergo oxidation. Only this carbon will undergo oxidation to get the ketone. Sorry, it is Me, CO2 Me. So if it is a allylic ether, cyclic ether, or if it is electron rich allylic system or electron rich benzylic system, yes, those positions can be oxidized to a carbonyl using PCC, PDC, chromium trioxide and pyridine or sodium dichromate. So these strong oxidizing agents can be employed for this. So the product will be a ketone here, sorry, lactone here, ketone here, ketone here. Okay, right. I'm changing this. When we oxidize cyclohexene with chromium trioxide, we can get oxidation of allylic position, but this can be done only formed under anhydrous glacial acetic acid without any moisture or water. If we use glacial acetic acid, allylic position will be oxidized. But if it is oxidized under aqueous conditions, in the presence of water, so the double bond will be completely broken down to get the carboxylic acid. Generally we will get a ketone here, aldehyde here. This will be broken down, so we will get two aldehydes. Of course, aldehyde stage we will not stop the oxidation, so it will be converted to carboxylic acid. Right, I will tell you some more problems. Please write them a little bit fast. When we oxidize naphthalene with chromium trioxide, yes, naphthalene undergoes oxidation with chromium trioxide to get naphthaquinone. This is naphthaquinone. If it is simple benzene molecule, we will call him benzoquinone. Since it is naphthalene, we will call naphthaquinone. If it is anthracene, we will call it as anthraquinone. If it is anthracene, we will call it as anthraquinone. Okay, you write the product. Basically, which ring will undergo oxidation? Of course, we know it from aromatic electrophilic substitutions. The middle ring is less aromatic compared to other rings, so the middle ring undergoes oxidation. When we have a substituted naphthalenes, that means it is an electron releasing substituent, so it is electron rich ring, it is electron poor ring. So when we have two different rings, electron rich system and electron poor system, generally electron rich system will undergo oxidation. Electron rich system will undergo oxidation. So of course it is naphthalene type, 2-methyl naphthalene, so we will get 2-methyl naphthaquinone. You just take them for practice, okay? And this oxidation is made very easy if there is an alcohol on benzene ring. If there is an alcohol, then it is very easy. Okay, so if an alcohol is there, that alcohol will be oxidized to ketone, and its para position, that means fourth position, will also be oxidized to ketone. So what we will get, it is a substituted phenol, so we will get benzoquinone. If it is an alcohol or if it is an amine, like in the case of aniline, here also we will get the same product. Here also we will get the same product, benzoquinone. We will get benzoquinone. If it is an alcohol, if it is an amine, that will be oxidized to benzoquinone. The product here is the middle ring, oxidation of the middle ring. So this is double bond, this is double bond. Oxidation of the middle ring. With simple benzenes, not naphthalene or anthracene or phenanthrene. With single benzene ring, if there is OH or NH, then only benzoquinone oxidation will occur. If there is no OH or NH, then benzoquinone oxidation will not occur. Then in this case, what will happen, since a benzylic position, it is CH3, right? This carbon is having hydrogens, so this will be converted to carboxylic acid. Okay, since it is a benzylic carbon with attached hydrogens, so this benzylic carbon will be oxidized to carboxylic acid. So naphthalene or anthracene, they only oxidize to naphthaquinone or anthraquinone even without OH or NH functional groups on the rings. But with single benzene ring, we must have OH or NH2 functional groups on the benzene ring, then only they will undergo benzoquinone oxidations. If there is no OH or NH functional group on the single benzene ring, then these benzoquinone oxidation will not occur. Here we have a benzylic carbon which is having